I guess they say if at first you don't succeed, try again. I recorded this video and then I accidentally deleted it because I'm a moron. I recorded this entire video, it was over 20 minutes long, looking at Narcisista from the Metropolitan Theater, did a whole reaction to it, even did a little bit of analysis, and I deleted the video. I have no words. I am now angry at myself. I have to record this whole video again. I can't do a reaction, so I've got to do an analysis. I've got to do a whole, I basically have to do a whole different video. Okay, well, Narcisista, live from Metropolitan Theater. We're going to record this one, and I'm not going to be very happy during this recording. The other three were recorded just fine. This one I'm having to do again. That's, oh boy. All right, let's check this out. So I was actually going to play the video and just do like a reaction to it again. I'm going to do like an actual analysis, or at least try to. So apologies if this video seems really kind of haphazardly put together. I did a whole reaction and analysis. We'll put an asterisk on analysis because it wasn't super analytical, but it doesn't matter. Did a whole video on this and then I deleted it. So if this video seems kind of weirdly put together, I'm sorry. So just bear with me. I'm trying my best here. So the first thing to note with this particular song and this particular video is Pow is not behind the kit. This is a rare occurrence for her, at least as far as I can tell it's rare. She doesn't usually come out front to be a front woman like her sisters. She's usually behind the drums, obviously. So this is a relatively rare occurrence to have happen, but it happened here. And of course, with her not being behind the drums, she can focus a lot more of her energy and a lot more of her power into her voice. But I do want to talk about the person behind the kit in place of Pow. That is Beto Ramos. Now, I'm not exactly sure on who Beto Ramos is. I don't know if he's part of the crew, or I know that they know him, he knows them, so it's, I guess, like a friend or something, or maybe somebody they've worked with in the past. And so that's who's taking the place of Pow, which is super interesting. Don't see this too often, but when it happens, it's usually a pretty good time. And this one, of course, because I've watched it already, it's a pretty good time. We're going to talk about it here momentarily. But of course, you can see Pow is enjoying the freedom of not being behind the kit. So she's able to be right there with Danny or with Ale on the other side and just feel the music, just be a part of it, you know? Super cool. One thing that you probably heard is a little bit of a different sort of transition between the different parts of the song. And that's because Beto doesn't play the whole song exactly as it is in like the studio version. He adds a little bit of extra stuff, like some extra fills and whatever. And you'll see later, there's a whole bunch more. It's kind of nuts. But yeah, so he doesn't just do it note for note. He adds some stuff, which is good. That's something you want to do. Drumming isn't one of those things that you want to just be cookie cutter. You don't want to do the same thing all the time. You want to change it up a little bit, you know, learn some new techniques, learn some different things, and add some flair, right? And that's what Beto does. He adds a little bit of flair to the song and just allows it to kind of open up a little bit. And so he does that really well. And yes, I do believe that this is one of Pow's in-ears just dangling. She took the in-ear out when she hopped off the kit. So yeah, very interesting. Being on stage in a place like this is a noisy environment, and doing this too much, you can damage your hearing. So I would very highly recommend getting some hearing protection if you're doing stuff like this. In-ears, if you're a musician, it's a very good investment from what I've heard. Take what I say with a grain of salt. In-ears are definitely a good investment for not only your hearing, but also to be able to just hear everything that you're doing so you can keep in time a little bit better and just hear everything better. It's definitely a worthwhile investment, I would say. And here's again where Beto is not doing the cookie cutter thing of just playing the song as is, adding his own flair, adding, you know, whatever he wants to it. So sort of a neat little touch. You know, you don't have to do a whole lot, but you can do a little bit to change it up here and there. And it's just, you know, just add some extra flair to it. Drum solo. Because why not? I mentioned in my original recording of this that I would love to see a Beto Ramos versus Pow, basically like a drum off, like a drum competition almost. I think that would be very interesting because Beto, he's a pretty good drummer, I gotta say. And also, one of the things that I mentioned in my original recording is the use of backing tracks. The thing is with backing tracks, you've got all sorts of different tracks you can use. You know, you could have a guitar in the background as sort of an addition. You could have additional sound effects and stuff played on a backing track. That's what the Warning does. They do backing tracks like the chains in Kool-Aid Kids. That's a backing track. That's an addition. I've seen people talk about backing tracks and like, you know, oh, if you use backing tracks, you're not a real musician or whatever. Like people just, you know, spouting off random crap. Backing tracks, if done correctly, can be very helpful. The Warning, they don't replace anything. What you hear is what you see, and what you see is what you hear. There's nothing nefarious going on here. This is live playing. It's not a backing track. If this was a replacement backing track, it would all be perfect. This is not a replacement backing track. This is live playing. Being able to play the song live with all the screw ups and all, that's being a real musician. That's just how that works. You're not going to play everything perfectly. You're not going to play the guitar perfectly. You're not going to play bass perfectly. You're not going to sing perfectly. The little touches of realism, that's what being a real musician is, at least in my opinion. Just wanted to throw that in there. Like I mentioned with the backing tracks, you can hear the notes go slightly sharp. They go slightly up. And so that's real playing. It's hard to play solos like that. When you're moving around and doing all this stuff, it's really hard to play that. You just got to play. And that's what Danny and Ollie, especially, that's what they both do. They play. If they mess it up, they just keep going. They don't stop and think about it. They just keep going. You know, sometimes they laugh it off. So there you go. Narcisista from Metropolitan Theater. Sorry for the weird video. It's probably going to be more edited together than my other videos, but sometimes it's just how it happens. I just deleted the wrong video, and now I'm having to record it all again. So if this video seems a little odd, that's why. The other 3 recorded just fine, so not going to worry about those. This one's going to sting. Hopefully this video made sense. I'll try to make it make sense, but we'll just see how it goes. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe, do all the things. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.